I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that taught us His word. Breaking news. Today is Thursday, May 10th. Got this article out of the Washington Post entitled "Israel Launches Massive Military Strike Against Iranian Targets in Syria." So more prophecies coming to pass. It's World War III slowly building up more and more. Now Israel's getting involved. Um, this little article titled from the Washington Post, Mount Bintal, Golan Heights. The Golan Heights, that's where they found all that oil recently. That hot spot, in the Middle East, in Israel. The Israeli military said it struck dozens of Iran-linked military targets in Syria on Thursday in response to rocket fire, making a significant escalation in regional hostilities a little more than a day after the United States withdrew from the Iran nuclear deal. Israel said the attacks followed a volley of rockets directed at Israeli positions in the Golan Heights, which caused no casualties. The Israeli military blamed the attack on Iran's Quds Force, a special forces unit affiliated with Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps, and said this marked the first time that Iranian forces have fired directly on Israeli troops. Syrian and Iranian news outlets accused Israel of firing the first shot, saying it was Syria that had responded after Israel targeted the Syrian town of Quneitra with artillery fire and missiles. There was no official response from the Iranian government. The rocket fire was followed by Israel's largest intervention in the neighboring Syria in decades. Jets headed for Syria screamed over northern Israel for more than 4 hours, and about 70 previously identified targets were hit, according to the Israeli military. This was by far the largest strike we have done, but it was focused on Iranian sites, said Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Conricus, an Israeli military spokesman. Syrian anti-aircraft batteries were also targeted after they fired on Israeli planes, he added. Syrian state TV aired footage May 10th that they claimed showed Syrian air defenses intercepting missiles during a massive Israeli airstrike on Iranian targets. In a statement carried by Syria's state news agency, an unidentified Syrian foreign ministry official described Israel's overnight attacks as a new phase of aggression. So that's biblical prophecy. The least of the flock shall draw them out. But this is Jeremiah 49:20. Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord, that he hath taken against Edom and his purposes, that he hath proposed against the inhabitants of Teman, the modern day Germans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. At least the flock that's talking about these Israelis, the Amaleks. They're the ones that are going to get this World War III started. They're going to get it heated. They're going to escalate it. We're seeing that now. Because this is slowly, turning into World War III. All prophesied in the scriptures. Next scripture is Revelation 11:14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. That war, the word woe, represents destruction or actual war. So the second woe is past. Let's talk about World War II. Behold, the third woe cometh quickly, World War III, and we're seeing that now. World War III is coming very quickly. It may not seem like it, but it's building up slowly and slowly. You know, now that Israel's involved, it's going to get more heated. Russia's going to get involved, and of course, the United States is going to have to get involved. And that's when they're going to gather. The Most High's determination. He said he wanted to gather all the nations in the Middle East. You know, we're seeing that. But yeah, that Third World War, the end of that, the conclusion of that war, is going to be what? Nuclear destruction. That's when the elect will get beamed up, and the missiles start to drop. And the salvation, true salvation, that's the true definition of what it means to be saved. It's getting beamed up. The elect, 144,000, getting beamed up in those ships, the chariots of Israel, also known as UFOs. But yeah, all this aggression that's going on in the Middle East is going to build up to World War III, and then World War III is ultimately going to build up to nuclear destruction. All right. Last scripture is Joel 2:1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. Yes, it's sound the alarm in my holy mountain. That's what you're seeing now. The prophets are on the streets. They're sounding the alarm. They're prophesying, trying to wake up the elect on the streets, telling you what's coming. They're telling you about martial law, telling you about World War III, telling you how to get right. Telling you, the Lord's name and His Son's name, so that you can know those names, so that you can pray properly, and hopefully be saved. If it's at your lot to be saved. But the men of the Lord out there on the streets, sounding the alarm. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and strong. There have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even the years of many generations. Yeah, that day is going to be like no other day, man. It's going to be a bad day. The day of the Lord, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. What's that talking about? It's talking about that nuclear destruction. It's going to come out of this World War III, them nuclear missiles. It says a fire devour before them. The land is as the Garden of Eden. You have trees, houses, everything's beautiful before the missiles. But then after the missiles hit, it's going to be complete, desolation, wilderness, darkness. And behind them, a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. Nothing's going to escape those missiles, man. America's going to be 100% wiped off the map. Scripture says it's going to be a complete desert. But desert creatures are going to dwell here after the missiles hit. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains. Oh, Salah. This is Joel 2:4. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Yeah, those missiles gonna come like armies, like an army, Before their face, the people shall be much pain. All faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Yeah, they'll be like an army, man, destroying everything. They're not gonna break their ranks. Every missile that's programmed to go to hit its target, it's gonna hit its target. Wherever that warhead is programmed to go, is going to hit that target. It's not going to break their rank. Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in the windows like a thief. Yeah, all the buildings gonna be knocked down, destroyed. You know, the earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Yeah, the earth's gonna shake to and fro like a drunkard, man. It's gonna cause a giant earthquake. All those nuclear missiles hitting the earth. It's gonna shake the earth. It's gonna be a huge earthquake. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great. For he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible. Who can abide it? So yeah, I just wanted to bring out, this little piece of information, this little article that came out today. Israel, making one, making moves, one more step closer to World War III. Uh, yeah, Israel launches massive military strike against Iranian targets. It's a big deal. It's a big deal right now. It's getting hot. So with that, shalom.